My name is Anthony Taylor. My website is www.captaintonytaylor.com. The name of this program is called A Proverb a Day. And the saying I try to use almost every day is a proverb a day keeps the devil away and old things are passed away. A proverb a day keeps the devil away and old things are passed away. God says you should seek wisdom. With all that getting, get wisdom. So every day of the month, assuming there's 31 days in a month, would equal 31 chapters of the book of Proverbs. So if you read a chapter a day, it keeps the devil away. So if today was the first day of the month, you would read Proverbs chapter 1. Here's Proverbs chapter 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, that men may appreciate wisdom and discipline, and may understand the words of intelligence and may fear of harm. In my years, I've seen so many people go down this path of not seeking wisdom. And as I get older, my patience is diminished. And God says in the Bible that there's four kinds of people. You have the wise man. He seeth danger afar off and hides himself. He's wise. He navigates through life wisely. You know, God says King David behaved himself wisely. And so there's people that just are on their A game and they move through life well, okay? Then you have the wise man. Then you have the simple man. You know, John Wayne said, you know, life is hard. Life's really hard if you're stupid, you know? There's a lot of simple people out there. Abraham Lincoln said, God must have loved simple people because he made so many of them. So there's just a lot of simple people out there. You know, I call it the 20-60-20 rule. You know, 20% of the people are on their A game. You know, they see, they understand, they process information effectively. And then the lower 20%, you could tell them anything. You know, God says the simple believe every word. And, you know, you tell them you didn't inhale, and they're good with that. You know, and the media loves devouring the people on the low end of the food chain. Then you got the 60%. But God says you have the wise man. He sees, he understands, he's engaged. You know, like the Bible says, you know, watch and pray, you know, be vigilant, you know, walk circumspectly, not as fools. So, you know, you have the wise people, the illumined ones, you know. And then you have the simple. They're just thick, you know, they don't get it. You know, they don't have core data. They don't have core information. They don't know who Mao is. They don't know what a WTO is. They don't know what a NAFTA is. I mean, they're just not really engaged in the world. And they're not even engaged in their own field. I mean, you would think people would know their little world, and they don't even know that, you know. And you have what's called the 80-20 principle. You know, 20% of the people make all the money, and 20% of the people get everything, and the other 80% are, you know, wondering what happened or watch what happened. You know, they don't even know anything happened. And so you have the wise man, the simple man, and you have the fool. The fool is what God talks about so much in the book of Proverbs. I mean, they just... You know, you know, there's no end of stripes. There's no end of fools getting beat up and getting beat down, and they just won't get it. You know, their life is just a continual leaf blowing in the wind. You know, they're just they're foolish. They're thick. They're brutish. God says, and they have a hard existence. You know, a needlessly hard existence. And then God says the fourth kind of person. You have the wise man. You have the simple man. You have the fool, who never learns. You know, they get up and fall in the ditch. They fall backward into the ditch. You know, they get up and fall in the ditch again. You know, a fool as a fool returns to his vomit. So as a pig returns, as a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool returns to his folly. So you know, there's fools. You know what I mean? Straight up fools. And then you have the wise man, the simple man, the fool, then the scorner. Now the scorner is a fool with an attitude. Now that's the lowest kind of creature out there. I mean, not only are they unwise, they don't have core data. They don't know, you know, reading, writing, arithmetic. You know, they don't have the core information to observe and understand, you know, the world. They don't know their language. They don't know anything. You know, they don't know geography. They don't know history. They don't have core data. You know, then they don't process it well. You know, some people have data, but they don't process it well. God says the parable in the mouth of fools. And then you have the wise man, the simple man, you know, then the scorner. And the scorner, you know, unlearned, unknowledge, and sometimes they have a good deal of database, but they're just got an attitude. So there's no talking to them. God says in heretic, after the first or second admiration, reject. God says, don't cast your pearls before swine. You deal with a scorner who opposes himself, just knock the dust off your feet and move on. If you rebuke a fool, you just get yourself a blot. It's just going to be a howling session. You're not going to go anywhere. Have the good sense to walk away. So God says, with all thy getting, get knowledge. The book of Proverbs, a proverb a day keeps the devil away, and old things are passed away. These are the core elements of the book of Proverbs.